Hey, what's up guys? So today I think I'm going to do the other side of the flare, honestly. I kind of just spent the morning, I gave a lift ride in that shit car right there, to make a little bit of money. Later today, I'm going to go get a base model 3 Series rear bumper from one of my Instagram followers who's luckily given it to me for $20. And probably at the end of today I'm going to build foam on the sides where the continuation of the rear flare is going to be on the rear bumper. We'll let the foam dry overnight so we can shape it tomorrow. This is the flare as it is. I did some light sanding on this. I realized the guy with the 1/8 inch scale, he was away and he finally got back and he told me that this is actually this lip. It's actually supposed to be 1.5 inches and this is definitely not 1.5 inches. It's like 0.75. So eventually I'll extend this, just not right now. I'm going to make the other flare right now. Basically, I'm just going to take this, lay it against paper, make the, the kind of curve on cardboard, cut it out, and flip it around so it's for the other side, and then just start fiberglassing on top of it, I guess. So I made this. It's basically the paper thing of the flare that I finished that's sitting right there on the floor. And then the only thing is I just flipped it upside down because that's all it needs to be accurate. I'm using the foam board from before just for, so it doesn't fall through when I lay fiberglass on. Obviously it's the wrong side as you can see, but basically I'm just doing the top sheet first, and then it'll be somewhat of a piece, and then it'll still be flexible, and then I can do the exact same thing. Well, actually, basically, right after I put down the fiberglass, once this is fully covered, I can do the measurements of how far it has to be from the fender, get the width right, and then I can lay the part that's going to have the edge flat again and make that perfect edge. And then I'll adjust it for how long it has to be. About 29.5 inches from that end to that end. And I know that from that flare, so if it makes sense. I know that doesn't really make sense. And then also a lot of you keep giving me like opinions about like Waker's kit and stuff. Okay, so like, I don't know why, but in your heads you guys think that like his kit is like the almighty like only kit. His isn't right, honestly speaking. His is way too friggin' wide compared to what mine is gonna be. Mine is realistic. Mine is 1 inch overhang over the wheels, which is exactly how that kit was, based on wheel specs, based on measurements. His is add 2 to 3 inches over everything. The bumper sticks out too much. The arches are mounted too low. The arches actually have to be mounted on the rear body line, not a couple inches under. So I'm doing this myself. It's kind of a stupid question when you guys ask, hey, are you gonna be keeping your kit or going with his once his is done? That's like, why would I put all this time and effort into my own kit if once his is done I'm just going to use his? That's stupid. That's like, what? Like, I want to build something that I can say is proudly done by me by hand, and it be like, continuation of my car by me doing it. That's it really. So that's out of the picture. For you guys wondering, I don't think he's going to be done this year. He's just taking his sweet time with a lot of things, so I know I can do it as well, or better if not. I'm doing it based on real measurements, so don't really compare our kits together. They'll look similar, but mine is a lot less wide because it's actually the real kit, not just some like random wide body. I just finished up this. As you can see, I kind of tried to lay it out as smooth as possible, but there's still going to be high, low spots. But I just basically did the sheet, so it'll still be like super floppy and flexible, but it'll have a little bit of shape. Hey guys, so I'm back. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the live stream. I was driving to and from to get the bumper for the ones that joined. So this is the Jesus Christ. So this is the flare I was talking about. As you can see, obviously it's really floppy, but I know it's going to be. I'm still going to add more on the top, and then I have to measure how wide it has to be to the body. Same measurements as the other side, so I already know what they are. Cut this edge to be flat, then lay it flat like we did that other time, like this. Measure the curvature of it, and then just make the edge. And it should be simple enough to make. I got like 5 cans of expanding foam right there, which I'm gonna do today just so it can dry overnight so we can work on it tomorrow. And here's the rear bumper. It's kind of good that it's a 325i bumper because it doesn't have this giant center cutout. And if I'm correct, the M3 GTR does have these little reflectors here. So I think what's going to happen is I'm going to leave this curvature, but all this plastic piece, I mean, I could probably just pop this out. I'm going to fill this with foam and totally smooth it out, and then so it'll be like this. It'll have a little up curve, and then up right here it'll have a lip. So first is cut off this corner on both sides because the wheel's extending obviously way more than OEM. It's not going to go into place at all until I cut these corners. But like I said, it doesn't matter because I'm probably going to end up making a cardboard kind of like cup right here to fill with foam up to, I don't know how wide, depends on how wide it has to be. I have the measurements inside. And then from that, foam, and then we'll shape. So the great thing about OEM bumpers is that BMW, not only does it have brackets on each side, but actually the bumper equips to the bash bar with clips. So I can take off the bash bar and clip this one on, and it's like perfect fitment. It's like so much better than the stupid body kit I used to have. It's a great thing about OEM. Obviously around here it doesn't go on, but I can easily, you know, maneuver something around here. But that's probably where the flare is. Obviously the continuation is going to be. I do like how it looks a lot better than the M3 because at least now it's like makes sense that it doesn't have an exhaust out the back. And I like the reflectors. So I'm probably going to go ahead and take out the black stripe, filled out with foam, so I could probably like smooth that out or something, or maybe not, I don't know. Maybe I'll leave it in, I don't know. I really do like the look of this, but definitely on the bottom, gonna have to shave that exhaust hole and probably make like an upside down duckbill on the bumper or something like that, or maybe even keep it because I really do love how that looks. For now, I'm just gonna go ahead and do the foam on the sides. I'm gonna test fit the rear flare onto it and see how that works out. I think that looks so good. I'm sorry. God, I wish I just put a freaking OEM bumper on this thing a long time ago. Like, I actually like that black thing that goes across. I just need a tow hook cover to put in there because that is where the actual tow hook is for the bash bar. And I'm probably, like I said, just gonna make a duckbill. But I'll focus on that later because even when you stand with how low this car is, you can't see that exhaust port. Kind of have to go under to see it, but. So right now I'm literally just gonna measure out using that flare how wide it needs to be and how deep it has to go, and then just make a box fill it with foam, do the same on the other side using those measurements, and that'll be it for today. And then I'll just let it dry overnight because apparently that's what you got to do in order for the foam in the center to actually dry up. So as you can see, I made the box. I'm going to start filling it from the bottom before I put the wall that closes it off. I'm only going to do one side today due to time constraints. So you can see it's just going to be a giant foam block that I can start shaping away based on the flare. you guys can see, this complicated box will soon be the flare. It's a lot wider than we need it to be, but better safe than sorry. My grandma watched the whole process because she was really interested in this whole thing. She's so like dumbfounded, she has no idea what's going on. She's like, what the hell are you doing? I threw all the packaging from the carbon roof over this and taped it down. I was hoping it would maybe save it because it's about to pour, as always in my luck. So hopefully not get the foam wet while it's drying. Should be good. I'll periodically check. That's gonna be it for this video. Thanks so much for watching, my guys. It's really cool to see it with the rear bumper. It gives me a little bit more spark to keep going because I just think it looks so awesome with the rear bumper now. So, see you guys tomorrow.